We continue with objective assessment. So assessment helps you to determine whether or not the objective is appropriate, and it may result to you confirming the objective, abandoning the objective, or revising the objective. Okay. Ask yourself if the objective is compatible with the NGO's visions. Okay. Whatever activity you're getting into, ask yourself if the objective of that activity is uh, 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 compatible with the overall objective of the NGO or the vision of the NGO. Okay. Are the necessary resources, the funds, equipment, and the staff available to reach that objective? If not, you need to revisit the objective to make sure that it is attainable. As well as those, even though they might not be available, are they attainable? Can you get them? Can you acquire them? If you can acquire these resources, then you're good to go. The next part, the next aspect to consider before you get into developing an activity plan for a project or an action plan, identify the tasks that need to be to that are required to achieve that objective. What are the various tasks that you need to carry out to achieve the objective? For instance, our objective I presented above, the objective I presented above on supply of face masks to some health centers in Limbe 1 subdivision. What are the various activities? You might have activities like purchasing, feasibility studies, carrying out statistics of the various health units in Limbe 1 municipality, the number of patients they admit on a daily basis, getting identifying or recruiting a team to go around and do the distribution. So these are some examples of activities that you need to carry out to arrive at that objective. Okay, so a series of tasks needs to be identified to for the objective to be achieved. List all these tasks and ask yourself what tasks you should prioritize. What do you need to do first? Is it the feasibility studies? What do you need to do first? Is it the purchase of the face mask? Okay, so you prioritize whatever you think should come first. You have to work out an evaluation. You have to work out how to evaluate the activity and evaluation plan. It's not all about uh, deciding that we have to do this and then we get into doing it. How are you going to evaluate if the plan is successful, if the objective is successful? Okay, plans of finding out how far the activity has achieved its objective need to be built into the plan of action. How will we know whether we have achieved our objectives? Should be an ultimate question with an answer. So you should list out in the activity plan how are you going to evaluate the success of this activity. Is it by asking questions? Is it by carrying out a survey? Is it by requesting for feedback from the participants, from the receivers of the face mask? So is it by asking for feedback from the administrators of these hospitals? So you have to find out, you have to put that down. The next thing to take note of is the time frame. You should set a time frame. Uh, as you identify each task, outline how long it will take and when that task needs to be completed. The next aspect, you have assess the action plan, the action and discuss contingency plans. Contingency plans are like uh, alternatives. Okay, alternatives. If this doesn't work, what strategy are we going to implement? Okay, we plan to purchase face mask in Limbe or in Boya. If we don't get face mask in Boya or Limbe, what action or what plan do we have? What are we going to do? So you should consider that as well. Finalize the action plan. After you've put all of this together, you revise your action plan, call up your team members and review the action plan together. Like I made mention in the proposal writing course, It is very important to realize a plan, that it is very important in realizing the plan, as every team member gets to see and know where and when he or she has to come in, and the time frame he has to execute his or her assignment. This is very important. When you've finished setting up the action plan, you call up your team members together, you revise the action plan. If something needs to be updated, it should be updated. If something needs to be removed, it should be removed. So we should take note of this. Okay, thank you all for following. While we come back, we are going to look at an example of an action plan.